Greg Vance, paid for by the candidate, and Roy Lambert, treasurer. So again, both teams finished being introduced down on the floor. Winfield starting five will be Cody Laffery, Jace Miller, Wyatt Kinder, Easton Pinkerton, and Drew Dillard here tonight. For Chapmanville, it'll be Zion Blevins, Joey Gollahue, Cameron Blevins, Benji Atkins, and Drew Berry. As Winfield in their all-green uniforms with black lettering, Winfield written in black across the chest, with black trim down the side. Chapmanville in their all-white uniforms with Tigers written in orange across the chest with black lettering and orange down the sides of their uniforms here tonight. As it'll be Zion Blevins getting ready to jump it up in the center circle with Toby Laffery, and we're underway here tonight on WVOW and Video Productions as Blevins wins the tip, kicks it back to Cameron Blevins as Chapmanville going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial. Winfield right to left. As Blevins in the left corner, hands it off to Gollahue. Then he started out the game hot the other night against Mingo Central and finished those 23 points. Man-to-man defense for Winfield. They get it over to Benji Atkins on the right wing, looking inside. You hear Brad Napper here on our microphones right away.
Yeah, they're not running the set that he wants him to run. Benji's in the wrong location, as you can hear.
Blevins with a baseline jumper, can't get it to bank in. Rebounded by Berry, goes up. He can't convert on the layup. Benji Atkins grabs the board. He'll go up, has it knocked away and taken away by Winfield.
Yeah, Drew Berry was a little too far underneath the rim, and it looked like Lockery was able to maybe alter the shot. And I don't know who got the shot on the deflection on the other end.
Dillard pulls up for a jumper. That one's short. Rebounded by Winfield. Kicked out to Kinder. He can't convert on the free throw jumper. Taken away by Chapmanville as Cameron Blevins stutter steps, drives in left side, but came in a little hot that time and missed on the layup.
He did two things wrong with that. One, he didn't get his feet set, and the other one, he didn't shoot it with the left hand. He tried to shoot it with the right hand, and, just shot it off to the side.
Kinder gets the left elbow, kicks it over for Dillard. He'll pull on a three from the right wing. That one's short. Rebound tipped around. Finally, Berry goes to a knee and grabs it, deflected away, and out of bounds off of Winfield as Miller touched it last.
Very fortunate that ball was touched by Miller. Otherwise, that would have been a turnover on the Tigers. Both teams starting out cold, missing their first, 4 or 5 shots from the field. Both teams pounding the offensive glass early on. They've got second chance opportunities, but have yet to come through on any of those.
Zion Blevins kicks it in the left corner. Cameron Blevins pulls for three. That one rattles out on him. Taken away by Kinder. He pushes up the right side, gets by Gollahue initially, but Gollahue blocks him on the back end. As Atkins gets it back, up for Cameron Blevins. Back to Atkins. Benji Atkins will bring it back out, and they'll set up the offense. No score yet here from Chapmanville. Nearly 2 minutes into the game. Gollahue looking to change that. Bam to the floor, and Gollahue hits it from about 30 feet.
Has a deep three, and Winfield playing a man-to-man defense, and the man that's guarding Gollahue gave him a little bit of separation to get the shot off, and I imagine he's going to be out on him next time. I don't care if he catches it in the half court, he's going to be up in his face.
That's pretty much how he started the game the other night with a big three, and he just stayed on his game the rest of the evening as Benji Atkins is going to be whistled for a foul on the inside. That'll be the first foul against either side here tonight. Kinder will throw it in from underneath his own basket. Nice look underneath. His layup no good by Miller as Zion Blevins may have deflected it. Chapmanville got it back, but stolen away by Kinder. Gives it back to Dillard, and he'll lay it in on the left block.
Yeah, impatience there by Chapmanville is, they get the ball and then turn it right back over.
And now quickly pushing the pace the other way. Cameron Blevins feeds it off to Drew Berry, and senior to senior, layup for Berry on the right side. Kinder spins away from Gollahue, pass underneath. Nice look, and one as Miller able to finish and a chance to tie this game.
This Winfield team might be 4-9, but they played a lot of tough competition, and they got a lot of good athletes on here. You look at their schedule, and they've lost to the likes of St. Albans, Hurricane, Fairmont Senior, Scott's pretty good, Spring Valley, Sissonville, Ripley, Elkins, and Nitro.
Free throw left short by Miller that time, so it'll still be a 5-4 lead for Chapmanville. Blevins gives it off to Berry. Now over left side for Adkins. Top of the key now. Gollahue touched off the screen. Lobs one inside to Berry, and he'll lay it in again.
I'm trying to figure out how Berry made that one. When he caught that ball, he was leaning back from the basket. He was fading away when he caught it and still had enough to get it up on the rim and through.
And he was scoreless the other night, but was able to score 4 quick ones. And Brad Napper with some good defense on the sideline. Able to avoid the Winfield player that was right in front of him. That's 3 from Pinkerton. That one won't go. Another offensive board, though. Going back up is Kinder. He's blocked by Atkins. Winfield still retains possession. Ball not free again, and they're going to say last touch by Winfield.
Kinder went up, he went up for the first shot. He was a little out of control. He had it blocked. Then he comes down with it, dribbles in, out of control, has to put up a wild shot, and it's deflected, or maybe even a pass. I'm not for sure. Nevertheless, it was deflected out of bounds.
Scholarly will pull for 3 after they break the pressure. That one off the front iron, no good. Taken away by Winfield. It's Pinkerton into the front court. Drives to the free throw line. Pull up jump in front of Gollahue, and he gets a friendly roll.
They're getting inside and scoring in the paint, and that's one thing I know Coach Napper is probably going to be upset about.
7-6 now, Chapmanville. Berry wide open in the corner for 3. That would look good all the way, but just a little too strong. Taken away by Dillard, trying to get away from Blevins, and Blevins knocks it away and out of bounds.
Well, Drew Berry's got 4 points early on. He nearly had 7 as that one nearly went through the basket. But, we know Drew Berry can light up the scoreboard. He's had a couple of games this season where he's had 17, 18 points, and, he's off to a good start tonight. This could be another one of those nights.
Lawfery gives it over, right side, now top of the key. Good look for 3 straight on. That went off the mark for Kinder, though, taken away by Zion Blevins. Blevins across the timeline, 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 Chapmanville. Blevins, tough drive on the right side, can't hit the floater, gets it back on the right block, powers his way up, and there's the first 2 for Zion Blevins.
Yeah, when he catches it that close to the rim, there's nothing the defense can do as he goes right back up with it. Chapmanville last 5 points of the contest, they now lead by 5. They're on a 5-2 run,
And again, we were scoreless for the first 2 minutes. Offenses have picked up now as Kinder drives in left side, cut off by Gollahue, gives it back for Dillard. Dillard nowhere to go, back over for Kinder, gets a good take on the left side, goes up, layup won't fall as he saw Zion Blevins coming his way and tried to alter it. And Zion grabs the board. Berry in the left corner drives in on Dillard. Dillard knocked it away, and it'll be last touch by him.
Yeah, we'll get a substitution here for Winfield. Kinder probably checking out of the contest as he will. Preston Kiefer checking in, but on the offensive end for Winfield, Kinder, he thought that, as you mentioned, he saw Zion coming. There was no need for him to change hands and shoot that with the right hand. If he shoots that with the left hand, Zion can't block it. If anything, he may commit a foul.
I was thinking the same thing. I think he just got a little spooked out by seeing him, and now a steal from Winfield. They bring it into the front court. Dillard swings it back near side. Tough catch for Pinkerton in front of us.
He's got some ups.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a nice job of him saving us and saving the Chapmanville bench on that catch.
Yeah, I looked at him. He was as high as Brad Napper's forehead when he caught that ball.
Dillard drives to the free throw line, kicks it over. Left side 3 for Pinkerton. That one off the back iron. Now we got a whistle on the rebound as Berry grabbed it, but it looks like they're going to say he got a little assistance in that rebound as he shoved off in the process.
Yeah, that's going to be his first personal foul, team foul number 2.
That's actually number 2 on Berry.
Oh, they got Berry. Okay. I thought they got Benji for the first time, but now, Coach Napper's going to have to make a substitution here and get Berry out of the contest as he will put in Evan Witt.
So he's going to put in Trenton Atkins as well, but then Witt had to get off the bench after that foul called on Chapmanville's Berry as turnaround in the paint. As Lockery goes up with the left hand, and he cuts the lead back to 1.
Yeah, the substitution for Chapmanville was to be Atkins for Atkins, Trenton for Benji. And then when, Berry picks up that second foul, you got to go with Evan Witt to protect Berry from getting a third early on in this first half.
Cameron Blevins on the right wing with it. 1 point Chapmanville lead. We're going under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They go for Wood. It goes in and out of his hands, taken away by the Generals. They get it towards midcourt. Now they'll hold everybody up. It's Pinkerton. Keeps his dribble momentarily. Now gives it over for Dillard. Winfield looking for the first lead of the contest as Dillard drives in, kicks it out. Good look for 3 from Pinkerton, but that one off the back rim.
No backside rebounding, nobody boxing out, nobody moving down into the elbow to get the rebounds.
Dillard now, he'll throw a 3 from the left corner. That one left short, knocked out of bounds, but last touch by Chapmanville, and Benji Atkins going to get back off the bench as a 30-second timeout here for Winfield with 1:23 to go in the first quarter. And I'm like you, Chapmanville's looked a little stagnant out of the gate here so far tonight.
Yeah. The first shot comes up, the rebound comes off into the, right around the elbow, out to the mid-range. Nobody moved to get the ball. I mean, the box out was good on the block, but nobody moved to follow the ball. Winfield comes in and gets it, as I believe that was Dillard that got it. And then Dillard's three is up out of the corner. And nobody from Chapmanville boxed out, and that allowed Miller to sneak in. And luckily, Chapmanville was able to get a hand on the ball, or otherwise I think Miller might have had an easy layup off of a missed shot. Ball deflected out of bounds. Winfield's going to keep the possession here after the 32nd timeout. So we'll see how what the Generals come up with here, as I believe, let's see, Witt has checked out, and Benji Aggins has checked in for him. So we'll see if Chapmanville makes any changes out of this Winfield 32nd timeout, or coming out of the timeout here at the end of the quarter here very shortly, with a minute 23 to go.
Kiefer will inbound it, had it knocked right back towards him by Gollihue, as it'll still be Winfield ball. And then Gollihue has got the size on Kiefer on the inbound, so it'll be tough for him to find an opening here if Gollihue continues to get his arms in his passing lanes. He finally does get it in up against the 5-second count as Miller in the right corner gets it out to Dillard. Dillard, top of the key for Pinkerton. Again, Winfield still looking for their first lead of the game on this trip. Dillard up against Zion Blevins, swings it over the left side. As into the game is Tyler Perros for the first time. Now Kiefer with a good take, takes the baseline, kicks it into the corner, runs out of room, and now taken away by Chapmanville. Up ahead for Cameron Blevins, drives in left side. A lot of contact underneath, nothing whistled. And here comes Winfield with it back.
Cameron Blevins initiated a contact, and a lot of times when the shooter initiates, the majority of the times you're going to get the call. He didn't get the call that time, and then he had to, in midair, had to change his shot.
Jet Baisden up off the bench for Chapmanville, set to check in at the next whistle. It's Kiefer, nice take here, but he runs out of room and runs into Benji Atkins, who causes him to lose the ball up ahead to Cameron Blevins. He breaks free and he'll lay it in on the right side.
Good defense on both ends for the Tigers there. Out of the timeout, they force the turnover, don't get the bucket on the defensive end. They force an errant shot, and then they get out with a quick transition bucket.
Perros on the left block, dishes over right
Gotta
side.
Stay down. Gotta stay on your feet. He's not shooting that ball. Both guys from Chapmanville leave their feet. Then he goes up with the shot, and Trenton Aggins is going to be the one to pick up the foul.
And again, he put on a head fake there, did Miller. Able to draw Atkins into the air. And again, 14 fouls against Chapmanville, none so far against the Generals, as Miller connects on this free throw. Baisden will check in for Trenton Atkins here in the last 12.5 seconds of the quarter. As Winfield stayed right with Chapmanville here in the first 8 minutes of action. Chance to cut this back to one, and able to do so is Miller.
So this is easy things if you're Chapmanville on defense when Winfield's got a basketball, especially Miller, that you can pick up on watching film. And I'm not saying that these kids may not have paid attention during the film session, but they probably not picked it up. He's going to use that head fake to get you up in the air. You got to be more disciplined and stay on the floor.
Down to 5 seconds left. Cameron Blevins drives left side. Nice takeoff by him. So he hit the afterburners to get to the rim, and he's pushed from behind by Kinder. And with 3.4 seconds left in the quarter, it looks like they're going to call this on the floor as Trenton Atkins and Evan Witt. Yeah, Brad Napper's thinking it should be 2 shots, and now the officials finally agree with him. I'm surprised that none of them figured that it was 2-shot foul.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The referee that made the call did give us the 2-shot signal here at the scores table. The other two weren't paying attention. Because I was about to say, if you're going to foul in that situation, make sure he doesn't get the shot up.
Blevins, though, leaves the first free throw short. As Andrew Hensley looking to check in for Blevins if he makes this free throw, as Evan Witt checking in as well again here.
Yeah, you got to get the shirt tucked in first. The official done seen that one, and they're quick on that. If you don't tuck it in, they'll tell you that, and any piece of jewelry that you have on. I know these rules were a matter of fact.
Now Hensley checks in here. 3.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Last look for the Generals. Kinder near midcourt, crosses timeline. He's at the deep three, and that went off the top of the backboard, no good. And that'll do it for the first 8 minutes of action as Chapmanville leads Winfield 12-10. We'll be back after this break as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action here on WVOW and Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Welcome back, everybody, here on WVOW Radio and Video Productions this evening. Chris Kidd with you, Bill Lusk alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions, Seth Eastep, our engineer in the WVOW studios. And tied affair in the first 8 minutes, Bill, no lead larger than 3.
Yeah, well, actually 5. Chapmanville scored first 5 of the game, and then Winfield has since, kept it within striking distance, kept it within 2 points. And this is what the Generals do. They've got, like I said, they got athletes on the floor. They can play defense especially, and that's what's got them in this contest early.
They go underneath, Winfield with the first possession, but blocked from behind, gotten back underneath and going up and scoring it on the left block that time, checking in.
It's Lockery.
Lockery, as he's got 4 points now, and we're all even.
First tie of the evening, that's another offensive rebound that Winfield got and was able to capitalize on. I think it's the first, I believe it's the first second chance point we've seen in this game.
I believe so, too, and that's going to be a foul on Kinder, as that's going to be his second foul for Winfield. So you've got Berry with 2 fouls for Chapmanville, Kinder with 2 fouls for Winfield, as Jared Miller will check in for him now for the first time tonight.
So let's see, we've got 2 Blevins and 2 Millers on the court.
It's always fun. That's what I said. You got a full name, all of them, whenever it happens.
Well, we've got a J.C. Miller and a Jared Miller for Winfield, and a Zion and Cam Blevins for Chapmanville.
Well, Zion Blevins going to pull for 3 from the near side. That one comes up short and rebounded by the Generals.
Speaking of Miller, J.C. Miller, that was a grown man's rebound there.
Oh, a tough take by Dillard that time, but lost control of it on the way up. And now Cameron Blevins picks the pocket of Miller on the back end, goes up too strong on the way up, rebounded by Jet Basden, swings it over for Gollihue, 3 on the wing, that one no good. Another offensive board for Chapmanville, out to Benji Atkins, now to Jet Basden, he'll step into a 3, and that one will go.
Jet Basden just into the contest, knocks down the 3. We talk about second chance opportunities, and now Logan comes up with a second chance opportunity. And, again, Cam Blevins goes in, tries to shoot a left-handed layup with the right hand, and, he rushes it and just, can't get it to go.
15-12, Chapmanville driving in right side, fake on the way up, shot no good by Jared Miller, rebound tipped away from Lockery, and here comes Zion Blevins.
I ain't for sure that wasn't blocked by Gollihue.
With Blevins, nice Euro strip, getting by his man all the way to the basket, and Zion lays it in. So he's got 4 points, and the lead now back to its largest at 5. Out top of the key, Dillard waiting. Now gets a screen, takes it over to the right elbow, bounce pass baseline. No opening for Jace Miller. They'll swing it back up top. Dillard gets a good look for 3 as Atkins flies by and Dillard knocks it down.
Yeah, that might extend the Chapmanville defense out on Winfield. They have been unsuccessful on any kind of outside shot early on in this game. Now that they knock one down, we'll see if Chapmanville comes out on them and extends that defense.
Now Chapmanville's lead back down to 2 as Zion Blevins gets the top of the key for Cameron Blevins. Over for Basden. He'll dribble to the free throw line, back out to Zion. Drives back to the free throw line, pull-up jumper from there. That one off to the left. Benji Atkins goes to the ground and rebounded, taken away by Lockery.
I believe that actually went off the right foot of Benji Atkins into the hands of Lockery.
Dillard almost lost the dribble, gives it over near side. Reed Fisher came in near the end of the first quarter, takes it to the left side. He slips and falls. Now Gollihue goes to the ground to try and get it away from him. And we're going to get it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gollihue.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to defend Gollihue. This is pretty much a a tall, lanky player in a guard's body. He can shoot from the outside, but he can also defend and rebound on the defensive end, down on the low block. He's already altered a couple of shots, and I believe he's got a couple of blocks early in this game as well.
Now Pinkerton back in for Miller. Jared Miller, we should say. Now they get it up for Jace Miller. He's looking down low, picks up his dribble, lobs it in for Fisher, tips it off his hands, and then Cameron Blevins comes in and bats it away. So it'll stay underneath here with Winfield. 4:59 to go in the first half. 17-15, Chapmanville leads it.
Yeah, not too long ago, Trenton Atkins was ready to check in for Chapmanville, but Coach Napper called him back. I'd imagine Atkins was coming in for Bayston, so we would have had 2 Atkins, 2 Millers, and 2 Blevins on the floor.
Miller over left side. Dillard will give it off. Chapmanville extending this defense now. Gollihue all over Pinkerton. Now he goes to the deck underneath. Miller open for a moment, goes up, but he was too far underneath the rim. Bayston trying to defend it. Miller gets it back, and he'll lay it in this time.
That's a good job by Miller to lay it up and in. The first one, he drew the body contact and let it throw him off, but then he gets that back and puts it in.
He's got 6 points now, and we're all even at 17 apiece. Cameron Blevins to his right, gives it off to Zion at the free throw line. Now to Gollihue, head fakes, drives in on the left side, goes up the left hand, but he misses the layup. Taken away by Winfield. Again, still looking for the first lead of the game. They tied it twice, but it's poked away by Bayston. Over to Gollihue, 2-on-1 at the moment. Gollihue fakes, goes up with a tough left-handed layup, can't get it to fall, and that'll go out of bounds off of Chapmanville.
And credit Winfield for getting back into transition defense. Jet Bayston was streaking to the block. Winfield got back. And I believe it was Lockery was able to get to the block and take away the passing lane. And you saw Gollihue wanted to dump it off to Bayston, but Lockery was there and didn't have him in passing angle. And then by the time Gollihue got in too deep, he had to put up a wild shot. And I'm sure it's not one that he would want to take. And you know, he was unable to make it. And now, you know, Winfield trying to break this pressure from Chapmanville, having a little unsuccessful. And you know, we'll get our first shoe tie by an official this season, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was just slamming it down, basically getting the count started, but then I saw him go to work on the loafers. Yes, Winfield will inbound after Cameron Blevins knocked it away from Pinkerton out of bounds. And now we get a foul on Benji Atkins. That's going to be his second. Now you've got him and Drew Berry in foul trouble with 3:51 to go here in the first half. Each with 2 as Reed Fish will go to the bench. Perros will check back in. Now Bayston back up. He'll check in, and we'll see if this is for Benji Atkins or not, and it will be.
Hey, this is something Benji had trouble with the other night. He he had 4 fouls. I don't know if he fouled out or not, but he stayed in foul trouble in that game, even though he had 10 points.
Now once again, Winfield looking for the lead as that one batted away by Blevins, but it goes right to Perros. He'll drive left side, runs out of real estate, throws it far side, 3 on the way, and there's the first lead of the game for Winfield as Dillard knocks it down.
This is an 8-0 Winfield run. They trailed 17-12. They've scored the last 8. Now they're up 3.
Gollihue on the right wing gets a screen from Zion, gets to the free throw line, puts up a tough floater, and he'll connect for his 5th point.
That ends the run, brings Chapmanville to within 1. Shouldn't say back to within 1. It's the first time they've trailed.
Out front, Dillard again. He's got 2 threes this quarter. Now into the left corner for Perros. Good dish underneath. Lockery trying to go up, rejected, but it goes right to Miller, and he'll be fouled on the way up.
We'll see if they get Trenton Atkins or Blevins. If they get Trenton Atkins, that's 2 on him.
Now you've got a trio of Tigers with 2 fouls here in the first half.
And on the other side, you got Wyatt Kinder with 2 fouls, the only 2 fouls of this contest against Winfield.
Miller getting 6 points. He's now 3 of 4 from the line as he connects on the first. Chance to push this lead back to 3 for Winfield after they just took the lead for the first time this evening a moment ago.
And no substitution for Chapmanville, so Trenton Atkins is going to stay in this contest. He's going to have to learn how to play with those 2 fouls here for this remaining 3 minutes of the first half.
Both free throws go, and Winfield back in front by 3 at 22-19. Zion on the right side, up against Miller, brings it back out. Still surveying. Now he gets ahead of steam, dribbles to the free throw line, out to Gollihue, puts up a high-arching 3. That one off to the right and rebounded by Lockery.
Notice in the paint, Chris, there's 3 Winfield Generals in the paint. Chapmanville hasn't rebounded unless it comes out long to a player on the wing or the perimeter.
The Perros on the right side. He'll drive in hard. Runs into Adkins and Gollihue. Lost it out of bounds and last touch by Perros.
That's out of control. He tried to go between two guys, like I said, Adkins and Gollihue, and he goes up with the shot. He thought he had it blocked, but neither Adkins or Gollihue was able to get a hand on the ball. Now Drew Berry checks back in with those 2 fouls. So he's got Drew Berry and Trenton Adkins on the floor, both with 2 fouls. And, Benji Adkins still on the bench with those 2.
Cameron Blevins dangerously close to stepping into the backcourt as Pinkerton came out and challenged him hard that time. Gollihue off a screen for 3. That one rolls out. Rebound knocked out of bounds and last touch by Winfield.
That's a good job by Trenton Adkins. He couldn't get the rebound, but he comes in, he gets the deflection off of the rim, and he's able to knock it off from a Winfield player and keep possession with Chapmanville.
22-19, Winfield leading Chapmanville. 2 minutes to go now in the first half. Berry into the corner. Blevins going to pull on a 3, and that one will go for Cameron Blevins, and that's the spot he likes, is that corner 3.
And that's where he likes to shoot him. He likes to shoot him off of the inbounds. It's a well-designed play by Chapmanville off of the deflection that kept the possession with the Tigers.
He's got 6 points now in the game. Perros on the right side. Looking for a screen. He'll drive baseline instead. Gets inside, and Perros, great take by him for his first bucket.
Now that's a good, strong finish, good quick first step to create separation and get to the rim.
And go back in front by 2. Blevins forces his way in, kicks it out to Berry on the left side. Back out to Cameron Blevins. Dribbles in, floater on the way, left it short, but a late whistle and a foul going to be against Winfield.
Now they're going to call this a 2-shot foul. I thought maybe this might have been after the shot, but the official said it was in the act of shooting.
We're going to get Toby Lockery on that foul. So a chance for Cameron Blevins to tie this game back up. Right now he's the team leader in scoring with 6 points, and make it 7 after that one rolled around on the rim for a few extra seconds.
I think he used every part of the rim but the back iron on that one to get that one to go.
And now he's 2 of 3 from the line. And make it 3 or 4 as that one cleanly goes through.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. You use every part of the rim on the first one. Second one touches nothing but the bottom of the net.
I'll take it however it'll go in at that point.
Nearly on the line. The official was looking right at it, though.
Yeah, Miller was able to just get that free to Lockery. Now Trenton Atkins tips a pass from Lockery, and Trenton Atkins comes up with a steal.
4th turnover, but again, Winfield doing a good job of getting back and preventing Chapmanville from getting any transition buckets.
Now Zion Blevins creates his own offense as he stops and pops a 3, and he'll bury it from the top of the key, and Chapmanville back out in front now, 27-24, as we're down to 40 seconds to go in the first half. Lockery over to his left, gets it off to Dillard. Dillard had a couple threes already this quarter. The only 3 so far of the game for Winfield. So bring it back out towards midcourt with 28 seconds left. Now over to Pinkerton on the right wing. Drives over towards the right baseline, and we're going to get a bump and a push here on Cameron Blevins.
Blevins is contending with the official that Pinkerton was able to use the elbow to create some separation there, and the referee wasn't having any of it. So that's the first one on Blevins, and just the 3rd team foul of the quarter.
They're going to get him out right now just to make sure Cameron doesn't pick up his 2nd foul as well here in the final 22 seconds.
Yeah, and I think Winfield, they've already got the directions from the head coach. They're holding for 1 shot, or maybe even take them on if they get it at the rim like that and you get a foul.
And Pinkerton exploded towards that basket.
That's Berry, it's 3.
No, they got
Basin.
Yeah, Berry was looking like he was guilty of the foul there for a moment, or at least surprised at the foul for a moment. But now Cameron Blevins is going to check back in here again. They still want him in on defense, so they'll bring him back in on offense here for the last possession of the half as Pinkerton knocks down the first. So he's got 3 points. And they'll check Trenton Atkins out of the contest. Just heard Coach Napper say 8 seconds, so I'm presuming that's whenever he wants them to get going with the ball this time. But they got to get it on first. Perros takes the rebound away. Winfield now, but now they lose it, just falling out of the hands of Pinkerton that time. Now Chapmanville will get the last look. 5 seconds left. Zion pull back 3. That one just off the mark. Rebounded by Dillard. He'll heave from beyond half court. Off the top of the backboard, no good. And that'll do it for what has been a tight first half of basketball here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, and Chapmanville leading it 27-24. 25. Well, Bill and I are going to step aside for a 2-minute break. We'll come back after that and talk about the first half right here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you are listening to and watching Tiger basketball here on WVOW and Video Productions.
Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
At Boone Memorial Health, we're proving that a rural health system can provide advanced care.
Working in collaboration with Marshall Orthopedics' highly respected program, we're making orthopedic care available at BMH 5 days a week.
And from sports injuries to joint replacement, we are ready to meet your orthopedic treatment needs.
It's because we care about Southern West Virginia.
And it's because we care about helping our patients live full, active lives.
Boone Memorial Health.
We are bringing specialty care home.
Because August is National Children's Eye Health Month,
we at White Eye Care want to remind you to schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam.
Did you know that vision and learning are so closely linked that 60% of problem learners have an undiagnosed vision problem?
Help your child get the most out of their studies this school year.
White Eye Care understands how good vision and good performance go together. Brighten your child's eyesight and future at White Eye Care in Logan today. After all, they deserve the best.
At the half from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, Chris Kidd with you, with Bill Lusk right beside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions, Seth Estep, our engineer here on WVOW here tonight. And here on Video Productions exclusively, we'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors helping us bring you the action here tonight. First, we'd like to thank Joshua Butcher. And Joshua Butcher running for circuit judge in the newly combined Logan and Mingo circuit. And that is paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer. We'd also like to thank here tonight Greg Vance, who is running for Magistrate Court in 2024. Greg Vance, Magistrate Court, paid for by the candidate with Roy Lambert, treasurer. Again, 27-25 here at the half in favor of Chapmanville. But again, no lead larger than 5 in this game for either side. And you said it, Bill, at the top of the broadcast, that this Winfield club has too much talent to have the record that they have, and they've definitely shown that out to be true here in the first half, as they've been very physical, very difficult for Chapmanville to try and crack the code on.
Yeah, they've been keeping Chapmanville out of the paint. Chapmanville's having trouble, getting baskets in the paint and at the rim, and they've gotten 5 second chance points, I believe. Zion Blevins was able to get a rebound and go up with it, and he was able to get a rebound and find Gollinghue for a 3. But, other than that, when the turnovers have happened, and there's only been 5 turnovers against Winfield, Chapmanville's committed 3 to my recollection in this first half. But even when Chapmanville's getting the rebounds and running out with it, Winfield's doing a good job of getting back on defense, preventing those transition opportunities, preventing those leak outs. And that's another reason why Chapmanville's having trouble scoring. And, I noticed there right near the end of the first half when Zion Blevins is getting it driving into the lane, he's drawing a double team, and they've got a man out on Joey Gollinghue. So somebody from Chapmanville, one of the other 3 players, is going to have to step up and knock down the shots, whether that's Cam Blevins or Benji Atkins, Drew Berry, Jet Baisden. He does have a 3 in this contest, as well as, Trenton Atkins or Evan Wynn or anybody that would be on the floor. Any one of the 3 that's on the floor with Gollinghue and Blevins and Zion Blevins is going to have to step up and knock down some shots and try to stretch this Winfield defense and see if they can't open up a little bit of a cushion in the second half here.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's been tough on the interior for Chapmanville in this game. They've knocked down 4 threes in the first half, but it just doesn't feel like they've quite had their shooting touch throughout this game so far. And I'm with you, Winfield's really dominated the interior of this game so far. They've been getting the majority of second chance points. They've been getting on the glass a little bit more effectively so far. They've had their difficulty shooting as well this evening, but it definitely feels like Winfield has got a lot more of the hustle plays than Chapmanville has so far here in the first half.
Yeah, they've been a more physical team to me. They've been able to body up Chapmanville on the inside and alter some shots. Now on the other end, Chapmanville's length has altered a few shots on Winfield. And, I feel, on the offensive, Winfield's not went up as strong on the offensive end as they're playing strong on the defensive end. They're just not finishing at the rim. And the same thing for Chapmanville. When they do get to the rim, especially on leakouts, we've noticed Cam Blevins get to the rim twice on breakaway layups. And, instead of shooting it with the left hand, he has shot it with the right hand. And both layup attempts have been, well off the mark. And, Chapmanville has come up empty-handed on those opportunities, and I'm sure they'd like to have those back, in a two-point game here at the first half. I mean, 27-25, this is playing into the hands of Winfield. Chapmanville's not, you mentioned, they've not been able to create anything bigger than a 5-point separation.
Well, let's look at the first half scoring on both sides, starting with Winfield. Jace Miller and Drew Dillard leading the way with 8 points apiece. Toby Lockery with 4 points. Easton Pinkerton with 3. And Tyler Perez with 2 points to round out the scoring for the Generals. On the other end for Chapmanville, Cameron Blevins leading the way with 8 points. And then you have Zion Blevins with 7. Joey Gollihue with 5 points. Drew Berry with 4. Jet Baisden with 3 to round out the scoring for Chapmanville, as Winfield 5 of 7 from the line. Chapmanville 3 of 4 from the charity stripe here in the first half. Well, Bill and I are going to step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of the third quarter here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, as you are listening to and watching Tiger Basketball here on WVOW and Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Chad Lavender. My fertilized ACL technique has gained national and international attention. It all started here on a small football field in West Virginia. That's where my passion to help athletes and others began. I personally have had 19 different states and locations that patients have traveled from for this ACL reconstruction.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Dunkin' is here with your holiday helpers. Peppermint mocha and toasted white chocolate signature lattes. A touch of delicious holiday magic to help you seize the season. Sip through the holidays with signature lattes at Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'.
The Tint Guy has big news. The newest location is now open in Barboursville. Voted best in the Valley since 2020. Getting your windows tinted is now twice as easy. Go to the best, The Tint Guy.
Hey, Tint Guy here. Come see us at our new location in Barboursville.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Bill Lusk with you. Seth Eastepper, engineer in the WVOW studios. Robbie Mounts, our engineer here on Video Productions. And also here tonight, middle school night. Again, they have the Hearts and Chapmanville cheerleaders from the middle school ranks here, along with the Hearts and Chapmanville basketball teams. There's a little bit of a flub up on when they're supposed to come out. They did it near the end of halftime, and Chapmanville and Winfield came out ready to warm up, and Chapmanville and Hearts basketball team kind of bodied Winfield off the floor trying to warm up for the second half. So a little bit of confusion on when they were supposed to come out, I believe.
Yeah, and it looked like we saw Coach Napper go right in front of us, grab the ball rack, push it back, and he realized there wasn't going to be no time to, warm up for this second half. But 27-25. We'll see how the Tigers come out to start this third quarter. First 4 minutes always, the first 4 minutes always the most important minutes of a contest coming out of halftime to see how you respond. And, quickly before we start this second half, Chris, score update from the Hawks Nest out at Scott High School. They got a minute 30 to go, and the Skyhawks in the first quarter with a 14-11 lead. That kind of sounds very similar to the game they played just not too long ago at Logan.
Yeah, that turned around fast, though, once Logan kind of caught their wind in that game, and they ended up blowing Scott out in that game. So Skyhawks looking for something positive against one of their area rivals, because Chapmanville absolutely blew the doors off of them here several weeks back.
Yeah, our good buddy Joe Linville's got that call on Video Productions over and Scott.
Three-pointer by Berry from the right wing, too strong. Went off the hands of Zion Blevins and out of bounds off of Chapmanville. So an empty trip to start the third quarter for the Tigers as they're going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial. Winfield left to right. As Pinkerton coming out of his shoe is Cameron Blevins. Blevins has a shoe laying on the ground right now underneath. And following was Miller. No whistle called for a travel. Dillard will go for three, and he'll convert.
Now you get the stoppage in play now that Chapmanville has possession of the ball after the made timeout, or after the made three, by Miller. And Blevins will get his shoe back on. But you also Logan Girls in action tonight. They're down in the Greenbrier, the shootout at the Big House or something, Big Spring Classic at the Greenbrier. I don't know what the official title is, but they're taking on Greenbrier East and their honorary governor, Jim Justice. And we know Coach Kevin Gertz is very well spoken. I wonder what that speech is like before the game between those two.
I'd say probably not a whole lot of great exchanges as Zion Blevins spins inside, lost it on the way up as it slipped out of his hands and taken away by Miller. So Winfield out to a strong start here in the third quarter, taking the lead as Dillard fakes on a three, takes it to the top of the key, pulls on a three, and he's got another. That's his fourth now of the game.
Dillard is on fire for the Generals. They've got a 4-point lead. That's not their biggest. They had a 5-point lead early on. And did we get a deflection or a foul? I think we got a foul. So
Zion Blevins missed on the three, and then Lockery was called for a push after the fact. So that'll be his second. And it'll be Chapmanville ball out underneath their own basket.
I missed that one.
Chapmanville settling for a lot of outside shots here tonight and just haven't really found the range as they go back door. Now to Gollihue, floater from the left baseline. That one won't fall either. Rebounded by Miller.
And again, that's a credit to the Winfield defense. They're pushing them further and further away from the basket, and when a shot goes up, they're crowding the paint. They've got three bodies in the paint. Chapmanville can't get a rebound.
Dillard, strong take on the left side, can't finish. Rebound tipped out as Gollihue gets it, and now we get a whistle. And going to be a foul, looks like on Benji Adkins on the back end. That's going to be his third.
I was just about ready to say that was very close to a third foul on Toby Lockery. I thought maybe Lockery would have had the opportunity, would have got whistled for going over the back. But as Adkins falls down and he's clearing out, he does kind of interfere with the ankle of Lockery, and that's what draws the personal foul.
Now it's 6-0 run to start this third quarter for Winfield, having trouble getting the ball in play, and they're going to call for a 5-second call.
5-second call. I thought at first I seen the official point to the bench, thought maybe we got a timeout by Winfield, but then I see the 5 up by the other official.
They tried to get Trenton Atkins in quickly after that, probably for Benji Atkins, but a little late on the substitution, so have to wait. As they give it off to Gollihue, who had it poked free. He goes to the ground trying to save it, but now Winfield comes away with it. Pinkerton gives it back. Kinder with it. Takes it in left side, dumps it off underneath the Miller, goes up, can't convert, rebounded again by Winfield. Another miss from point-blank range and rebounded by Chapmanville. A break for the Tigers now at the floor. Zion on the left wing. Tries to get it down low and going to get a whistle and a foul here on Winfield as that's going to go against Miller.
And it's going to be J.C. Miller's first. And the second team foul of this quarter against the Generals. Now we'll get Atkins for Atkins into the contest.
5:52 to go here in the third quarter. Chapmanville yet to score in the second half. There's Blevins backing in, turns back, fade away from inside the free throw line. That one's short as well. Again, a one-and-done trip for Chapmanville again as Kinder drives in right side, cut off, looking for help. Gets it back out to Pinkerton as Winfield will reset. Chapmanville wanted to walk that time, but didn't get the call.
Yeah, I think I agree with them. That pivot foot did drag.
Kinder tries to go down low, ball batted around, but Lockery gets it back in the left corner. So lob it back out front, and Winfield go to work on some clock here. As Dillard over to his right, bounce pass down low, back out. Fake by Miller. He saw Zion Blevins running at him. Dillard looking around.
Good pass.
Oh, good look underneath, but unable to finish his Lockery. That's a second straight trip that they've had. Point blank range looks and came up empty, and could that come back to haunt Winfield?
Chapmanville got caught napping on that one, and Dillard knew it. He had a wraparound, a bullet pass inside, but Winfield couldn't convert.
Cameron Blevins goes for three from the left side, but that one's short, and Chapmanville still can't buy a bucket here in the third quarter as they trail at 31-27. Kinder into the left corner, bringing it back inside. Miller whistle, and going to get a travel on him.
That's turnover number 7 against the Generals now.
So again, Winfield has scored the only 6 points of this quarter so far, but it definitely feels like they're leaving a lot on the table to try and extend this lead. Chapmanville still looking for the first basket here of the second half. We approach nearly midway through this third quarter as backdoor Gollihue gets it, and he'll be called for a travel as he couldn't quite gather the ball in.
Yeah, it looked like there was Reed Fisher and Peros down there with the double team, got their hands up to keep Gollihue from getting the shot off, and you just couldn't keep the feet still. Got whistle for the travel. Let's turn over number 5. And these next 15 seconds I feel are very crucial for Chapmanville. I think they can kneel forward and fall behind by 7 or more.
Underneath, they give it off to Miller on the left block. Goes up against Berry. He leaves it short, but again an offensive board back over to Fisher. He'll lay it up and in.
That's a 6-point game. Winfield's come out. They've scored every point this half.
It is now a 6-point lead, the largest lead for either side here tonight. Going back to the first half, this now is a 9-0 run for Winfield. As Berry lobs it inside. Zion backing in, goes to the middle hook. That one's short as well. Rebound taken by Barrows.
Chapmanville needs a defensive stop in the worst way, and they've got to close this quarter strong.
Now, tough drive by Dillard, and he'll put it up and in, and now it is a 8-point lead, a 10-0 run here in the third quarter, and Brad Napper has finally seen enough with 3:27 to go here in the third.
Looks like it's going to be a 30.
So it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. But wow, what a shocking turn of events here as Chapmanville couldn't buy a bucket in an empty gym right now, it feels like, and Winfield has just been the aggressor here this evening, and it's continued on here in the third period.
Yeah, last basket Chapmanville had, I believe, was the Zion Blevins three-pointer back in the first half. Since then, the Generals, they're on an 11-0 run because that bucket put Chapmanville up 27-24, and that was part of a 5-0 run. We've seen a lot of that in the first half, a lot of 5-0 runs by both sides. And, Winfield got a free throw there before the end of the quarter and cut it to a two-point game. And since then, they've scored the first 10 out of this timeout. So an 11-0 run going back to the end of the second quarter and the start of this quarter. And, again, I can't stress this, 3 minutes, 27 seconds left. Very important 3:27 for Chapmanville to try to cut into this lead. Try to cut it in half. You're not going to be able to get it all back. You might be able to take the lead in the last 10-27. We know they're capable of 10-0 runs. But right now your goal's got to be to trim this lead in half going into the fourth.
Now with a timeout, Chapmanville with it. It's Blevins. Looking on the right side, Zion takes it baseline, got a good angle, goes up, and he'll be fouled by Fisher. And that'll send Zion Blevins to the line, and that's something that Chapmanville's just not been able to do a whole lot of here tonight, is get the baseline, get to the basket, but that time Zion had it open up for him.
And that's the first time we've seen a clear out for Chapmanville. And you can see Zion got what he wanted. He was telling him, back it up, clear it out, let me take him. He was able to get to the rim, but Fisher recovered well, got to him, fouled him. I know they would probably want him to foul him before he got the shot up, but, he was unable to do that.
Well, he does hit the first free throw, and that's the first point of the second half for Chapmanville. And Blevins calmly sinks both. He's now got 9 points for the game. Winfield lead down to 6. Chapmanville will go full court pressure. Perros up the left side, dribbles into the middle, kicks it back out. Pinkerton didn't want the three. He's looking for Dillard on the far side. They're having to shade him now as he's gotten hot here in this game with 16 points, 8 of those this quarter. Perros gives it back to Fisher. Short jumper, and he'll go to roll in off the front iron.
Fisher's coming off the bench, got 4 points.
Lead back up to 8 now for Chapmanville, or for Winfield, excuse me. There's Zion Blevins, top of the key. Guarded by Fisher, he'll try and take him. Now they shade 2 men over. Nice look for Benji Atkins on the right block, and he'll lay it in.
Good job by Atkins to get into the backside and get the feed.
Again, with that double team coming to Zion, it means somebody's going to be open, and that time Benji Atkins was the man. Now can Chapmanville find a stop, or Winfield continue their hot shooting here in this third quarter? And they missed several around the rim, but overall they've had a strong quarter. And now it goes off the knee of Perros. Here comes Cameron Blevins with it, pulls up from the left elbow. That one off the mark, rebounded though by Zion. Looks back for Benji Atkins, goes up and can't get it to fall, but there'll be a foul on Winfield.
It'll be a 2-shot foul, as picking up the foul will be Dillard. I believe that's his first team foul, number 4 of this quarter.
2 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the third. So any whistle or foul against Winfield the rest of the quarter, Chapmanville will be shooting 2 free throws. Got some wetness on the floor after that collision, so we're going to have to go and get that mopped up real quick.
Yeah, if Benji can go to the free throw line and knock both of these shots down, I mentioned about closing the 3:37, trying to trim that 8-point deficit in half. They'll be able to do so on this possession and then get a stop, and then try to trim it some more if they're lucky enough to capitalize on both ends here, starting with the free throws and then on the defensive end when Winfield's got the ball on offense.
Again, Brad Napper came out with a mop that time. We're going to have to invest in one of those up at Willie Acres Arena, too, instead of using people's jackets and whatnot that we saw.
Well, they did have one of them Logan Regional
yeah, they had a good one.
But I don't know if they just quit absorbing the liquid or something, or Logan Regional pulled the sponsor. I don't know.
Benji Atkins misses on both free throws.
Or if they lost it.
So a big empty trip for Chapmanville that time. The lead still stands at 6 for Winfield, and now we got a whistle, and looks like a timeout for the General.
I believe it's going to be a full. I thought I seen a full signal by the coaching staff down there.
And it will step aside as well with 1:53 left in the third, as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball here on WVOW and Video Productions.
Because August is National Children's Eye Health Month,
we at White Eye Care want to remind you to schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam.
Did you know that vision and learning are so closely linked that 60% of problem learners have an undiagnosed vision problem?
Help your child get the most out of their studies this school year.
White Eye Care understands how good vision and good performance go together. Brighten your child's eyesight and future at White Eye Care in Logan today. After all, they deserve the best.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Remaining here in the third quarter, Winfield leading Chapmanville 37-31. Chris Kidd and Bill Lusk here with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions. Seth Eastep, our engineer back in the WVOW studios. And Winfield with the ball after the 2 missed free throws by Benji Atkins a moment ago. Trying to get this back to an 8 or maybe increase this to a 9-point lead, which would be the largest of the evening. As Winfield here in the third quarter outscored Chapmanville 12-4 after trailing by 2 at intermission. Dillard brings back out. Chapmanville looking like they're going to a zone here. Winfield seems content to just kind of wait them out. Now Pinkerton gets into the middle, kicks it over left side. Perros drives in, cut off, dishes back. Dollahue knocks it away, and they're going to say last touch by Miller out of bounds.
I think that's a good call there. Miller looked like he was quick. Then we got the officials coming in. It will remain Chapmanville ball. There for a second, I thought they might have changed the call there. But, yeah, it looked like Miller was trying to pull his hands back, and I think he kind of sold to the official that he did touch it.
Yeah, and I think one official thought he saw one other thing, wanted to double-check with the other, and he was certain that he saw it go off of Winfield. Schollahue on the left side, into the left corner for Benji Atkins. Kicks it back out for Blevins. Cameron Blevins takes it in, but he lost it off of his side, and that'll go out of bounds off of Chapmanville.
Just out of control. I mean, Blevins, going in there, he's got a lane to the basket, and so unfortunately his leg gets right even with the basketball, and it goes right off his kneecap out of bounds to Winfield, and that's the sixth turnover on the Tigers.
Closing in on a minute to go here in the third quarter. Perros had it poked away from behind by Schollahue. Here comes Benji Atkins with it. Up ahead to Cameron Blevins, shovels it over to Schollahue. He'll lay it up and in on the left side.
And then Chapmanville back to within 4 with 53 seconds to go here.
7 points for Schollahue now. 47 seconds to go in the third. Up ahead, Lockery catches it mid-court. Gives it back for Miller, drives in right side, shovels it back. Lockery drives in, and that's the third miss he's had right at the rim this quarter. All of them could be costly for Winfield as we move forward. There's 30 seconds left here in the period. Zion Blevins gives it over for Benji Atkins. Now back to Cameron Blevins, and he could not get the ball on the ground, and he travels with it.
And he knew it. He knew it right away. And, turnover number 7, and Chapmanville wasting opportunities here to trim into a 4-point deficit. And I imagine Winfield will hold for at least, I think they will have every intention to hold for one shot, but like we saw at the end of the first half, if something opens up, they will be quick to go to the basket because they do have some guys that are lightning quick off of the dribble, and we get a turnover on there.
And Kinder was being hounded by Schollahue and Cameron Blevins and shuffled his pivot foot. And now Chapmanville will get the last look possibly of the quarter as Winfield, I believe, has possession arrow to start the fourth. As Barry will inbound it. He'll lob it back for Zion Blevins. So he'll walk it across the timeline here with 12 seconds and wait to go with about 8 seconds. Zion now looks for the screen at the top, takes it over to the right side, gets it back out top. Schollahue steps back, tough three with a man in his face, and he buries it to end the third quarter. And Chapmanville trailed it by 8, now trail it by 1 as we find our way into the final 8 minutes. We'll be back after this as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball here on WVOW and Video Productions.
I'm Dr. Chad Lavender. My fertilized ACL technique has gained national and international attention. It all started here on a small football field in West Virginia. That's where my passion to help athletes and others began. I personally have had 19 different states and locations that patients have traveled from for this ACL reconstruction.
Grab the one thing that everyone's loving, and as it happens, they come by the dozen. Everybody loves it, and everybody knows it. Everybody loves a donut.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Start of quarter number 4 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Chris Kidd and Bill Lusk with you as Winfield has the ball to start the final frame. Chapmanville with a strong close for the third quarter to nearly wipe out an 8-point deficit. They trail it by 1, 37-36 as Kinder looks inside. Lockery drives on the left, gets up and under, and this time he does finish at the rim.
Good job by Lockery. Guys laying up in the air, and then he finished at the rim. Real quick score update from Scott, 39 seconds left. We talked about it being very similar, 33-23, Logan with the lead.
Zion Blevins gets it back out for Benji Adkins. Adkins over on the right wing. Kicks it back to Cam Blevins, now back to Zion. Chapmanville going right to left across her computer screen and radio dial. Winfield left to right, and now Miller runs over top of Cameron Blevins, who's trying to set a screen, and that'll be the second on him and the first team foul of the fourth. Again, these team fouls add up quickly in the fourth quarter, and if you're Chapmanville or Winfield, you'd love to get to the penalty at some point here in the fourth. Neither team has achieved that yet here tonight. It's Barry, left side for Adkins, back up top for Cameron Blevins. Nearly a minute gone here in the fourth. Zion back over to Benji Adkins, drives in left side, cut off, turn around in the paint, can't get it to roll in, and rebounded by Winfield.
A good job by Kinder to box out on the outside and clear out some space to get the board.
Kinder will kick it out. Dillard, he had the hot hand in the third. It continues here. That's another deep three. That's his fifth of the game, and 19 points for him.
Chapmanville's got to find him and get a hand up in his face. He can't keep getting good looks at the basket, especially on the perimeter.
Oh, nice look underneath as Zion Blevins finds Benji Adkins on the left side for the layup.
And Chapmanville coming up in full court pressure to try to, force some turnovers or maybe even speed up the Generals into a turnover.
Out front, looking as Miller trying to find someone, gets it to Kinder. Kinder to the free throw line. Back over for Dillard, drives in, tried to bounce pass, but it was deflected off of Gollahue or Zion Blevins, and then Gollahue stuck his rear end out and let Dillard run right over it. And that'll be a foul on Dillard.
Yeah, Dillard's got to jump stop that and go up off the glass. He had a good look at the basket. Don't know exactly why he didn't go up with the shot, but he tries to thread the needle between two Tigers, and it goes off Gollahue, and Gollahue picks it up and then dribbles into the court. And as you said, sticks the rear end out, draws contact, and picks up the second foul on Dillard and the second of the quarter on the Generals.
6 minutes to go here. Winfield leading at 42-38. Gollahue wraparound pass to Benji Adkins, knocked away by Pinkerton, but Benji gets it back. Goes far side. Cam Blevins fakes, gets it back to Gollahue. Gollahue able to drive by his man, but with a whistle on the floor, and there's going to be another foul against Winfield, so they're starting to pile up quickly here in the fourth.
Yeah, I believe that's Kinder, White Kinder with the foul, and that's his third team foul, number 3. And we've just played a little over 3 minutes, and Winfield pretty much on a foul a minute progression here.
They lob it in for Benji Adkins on the right block, spins to the middle, trying to move back to the right, had it knocked away by Miller, but Adkins gets it back. They'll give it back up top for Blevins, goes it off to Zion Blevins. Zion fakes left, goes right, back over to Jet Basden. He'll pull on the jumper off the back iron, no good, and a foul on Basden after the foul.
Yeah, it's an easy call for the official to make when the smaller Basden tries to elevate himself over top of a taller Winfield defender, and he'll pick up the personal. That's just his second and team foul number 1 of the quarter. Chapmanville back in a little full court pressure now.
It's Kinder able to break it. Strong drive by him up the left side. Back out to Dillard. Gets free again. This time, though, he's off the mark as Blevins grabs the rebound for Chapmanville.
That one he rushed despite being wide open.
Zion takes it into the center, drives in, turns around, 2 men in his face, had it knocked away, and now here comes Winfield back. Up ahead, lob pass for Pinkerton, able to catch it between 2 men. Over for Lockley, drives in, rejected from behind by Benji Adkins. Now up ahead to Gollahue in the left corner. He'll pull on the 3. Can't Gollahue.
That's where Gollahue is dangerous, is in the transition. He's able to pull up on a run and knock down the 3. And Winfield's going to have to take a timeout, or they're going to get called for a 5-second violation.
4:51 remaining in the fourth. Chapmanville back to within 1. We'll be back after this as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball here on WVOW and Video Productions.
Because August is National Children's Eye Health Month,
we at White Eye Care want to remind you to schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam.
Did you know that vision and learning are so closely linked that 60% of problem learners have an undiagnosed vision problem?
Help your child get the most out of their studies this school year.
White Eye Care understands how good vision and good performance go together. Brighten your child's eyesight and future at White Eye Care in Logan today. After all, they deserve the best.
At Hanley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
Our engineer back in the WVOW studios. It's Winfield with the ball here, facing full court pressure once again from Chapmanville. They've got Jet Basin still in the game for more speed in this contest. Kinder gets by and gets all the way inside, dumps it off for Perros, but he can't hit at the rim. Again, another missed layup opportunity for Winfield. Cameron Blevins now in the corner, brings it back up top. And he'll travel with it again. He was waiting on Gollihue to come to the ball. Gollihue cut back the other way, and another turnover for Cameron Blevins.
I was about ready to say Chapmanville had the opportunity to take their first lead since leading at halftime. They never led in the third quarter. Once Winfield went on that run, they led for the entire quarter. Chapmanville's last lead was 27-25. That happened to be our halftime lead.
Again, it's much like the first half. Chapmanville led the majority of the first half. Winfield took a brief lead. Chapmanville closed with it. It's underneath. Nice find for Miller. He can't go up yet. Zion gets in on him. Underneath Perros. He'll drive baseline. Cut off by Atkins. Pass up top. Basin got his hands on it. It goes into the backcourt. Retrieved by Pinkerton, though, for Winfield. Pinkerton going up against Basden, trying to find an opening. Now drives in, pulls up for a jumper, but a whistle on the floor before the fact.
Yeah, second team foul against the Tigers. Let's see who picks it up. It will be Jet Basden. That's his third off the bench.
So 3 team fouls against Chapmanville, 2 against Winfield. We are exactly midway through this fourth quarter, 4 minutes to go. Kinder gets it in, bobbled by Pinkerton, but he finally grabs a hold of it. Back out, and now we get a push here. They're going to get that one on Basden. Again, it looked like it was Kinder that pushed off that time.
That's 4. So 4 team fouls, or 4 personals on Basden, 3 team fouls apiece on the Tigers and the Generals here in the quarter. So both teams, Winfield, the first 3 minutes of the quarter having fouls mount up. Now it seems like the last 3, the Tigers.
Well, now he drives in on Basden, got by him, but he misses at the rim. Another missed layup that's just been on repeat here tonight for Winfield. But now still in the front court as here comes Kinder back with it. So Chapmanville 2 chances to take the lead back. They've turned it over both times. Perros gives it off for Dillard. Jab steps, trying to create some separation here to get a shot off. Atkins all over him. He'll drive left side, gets it off to Perros. Perros bumping his way in, lost control of it, gets it back. Dillard tries to throw it back, but now it's stolen away by Basden. Again, a chance for Chapmanville to retake the lead. Zion Blevins in the right corner. Drives in, gets by Perros, goes up, and he'll be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I was going to say, Chris, it's been like a comedy of errors on both ends on the offensive end with the turnovers. Winfield, Chapmanville turning it over left and right. And I was about to say, before, didn't get a chance to, but on Chapmanville's last possession, Benji Atkins had Joey Gollihue open on the wing. I don't know if he saw him, and he went to try to get it to the trailing Cam Blevins, and then the Winfield player just steps in for the steal.
Blevins hits the first free throw. He's now to double figures with 10 points. 3 of 3 from the line. That's Drew Berry. We'll check back into the game. With 3:12 to go. Perros will check out as well. Lockery back in for Winfield. Now a free throw to try and give Chapmanville their first lead since halftime. And Blevins connects. So the defending state champs back up by 1 as Cameron Blevins knocks the inbound pass away from Pinkerton. It'll be last touched by him. Chapmanville's really ramped up the defense, and now substitution for Winfield. They're going to get Preston Kiefer back into the game. He's checking out over Pinkerton. Now Cameron Blevins will drop off with the inbounds passer, looking to pick up Kinder if he can. They'll get it into Kinder. He'll bring it across midcourt. Head of steam driving in, almost lost it on the way to the basket. Now kicks it back out. Dillard fakes on the 3 as Zion Blevins gets out on him. Swings it back to Kinder. Now cutting as Kiefer gets into the lane, rejected, but foul on the way in by Blevins, and unable to believe it is Brad Napper.
That's a fourth team foul on Chapmanville now. 4 on the Generals as well. So the next foul will send both teams to the free throw line.
That's Brad Napper arguing the call with the official right now. And the official said no, it was clear his body and then deflection.
Well, he had a better angle than what we had.
But Kiefer misses on the first free throw off the back iron. So now one more to try and tie the game back up. And he missed on both, too strong on both attempts as Barry grabs the rebound. So a couple of big misses that time down the floor for Winfield. And if they go on to lose this game, they're really going to lament some of these missed layups and missed free throws here in the fourth quarter. As Gollahue, left wing three,
Can't leave him alone. Joey Gollahue's got 2 threes in this quarter, and he hit the 3 before he hit the 3 to end the quarter too.
So he's got 4 now for the game. Chapmanville leading it by 4 now after they trailed it by 8.
I'm trying to figure out why you didn't make a play on that ball just now.
I was writing down his stats, and I thought it blows off my hair as it thankfully was caught right next to me. I probably wouldn't have caught it anyway. Blevins with a steal up at his eye. And Chapmanville now streaking away from Winfield here in the late stages of this fourth quarter. They lead it by 6. And now another steal over Dillard. Winfield really needs this, and Dillard answers.
That's when you need a basket the worst way. Why not go with the guy that's hot from the outside? That's now his 6th three-pointer. Dillard, hot hand tonight for the Generals. He's got, let's see, was it 22 points? We got a 30-second timeout, so that will be Winfield's last 30-second timeout. They've used 2 fulls. They got 1 timeout left. Chapmanville, by my count's got 4, a 30 and 3 fulls.
Again, 6 3-pointers for Drew Dillard here tonight. He's just been filling it up all evening. Gollahue has stepped up big as well for Chapmanville here in the late third, early fourth. He's got 4 3-pointers total, and 2 of them huge here in this fourth.
Yeah, and that, Dillard's 3 just ended a Chapmanville run that was 12-0. That gave him the biggest lead by 6 points before he hits that 3, so it cuts it back to 3. We've had 1 tie, 1 lead change in this quarter so far in the game. 4 lead changes, 4 ties, and again, those have been pretty well spread out between the second, third, and fourth quarters here. Chapmanville led the entire first quarter. They never trailed in it, and there was never 1 tie.
Now Chapmanville taking a little bit extra leisure time here on their timeout that was called by Winfield.
Yeah, they don't have to be out there on that court until that referee blows the whistle, so use every bit of it that you can to get some extra moments, extra coaching points to make for this last 2:08.
Now here comes Chapmanville with a 48-45 lead as we hit 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Benji Atkins running the point right now. They want to get it to another ball handler. Gollahue gets it, and it goes off the leg on the pass of Zion Blevins.
I believe Miller was able to deflect that off of Blevins as there was a lot of traffic over there, and Miller, I think, somehow got his hand in there, and then it goes off the ankle.
Kinder into the front court, hounded by Gollahue, and Blevins finally gets rid of it. Miller back out to Dillard. They get out on him quickly as they swing it over far side. Fisher now to Kinder, cutting inside was Dillard, but the pass got through everybody, and somehow Miller able to get it.
For the kick to Dillard in the corner.
Drives in, his layup won't fall. Another missed layup. Kinder saves it behind his back, and it goes right to Zion Blevins. Drives in, goes up, saves it, and Chapmanville leads it by 5.
That was a poor decision. Should he go ahead and let that ball go out of bounds? Never try to save it back in. All the Chapmanville players are right there. Blevins steps in, slams it home, gets his crowd back into the game.
Over for Dillard, has some space momentarily, instead drives it in, goes up, and he'll be fouled on the shot. And that'll send him to the line as they get Gollahue on the foul with 1:12 to go. Now Dillard, first trip to the line tonight for him. 22 points to lead all scorers in this contest. And these are 2 that Winfield desperately need to get this back to 3.
Yeah, first 2 free throws, Chris, for Dillard here.
Puts the first up, and he drains it. 50-46, Chapmanville leads it. And Winfield led it by as much as 8 here in the second half. Chapmanville's come charging back, and Dillard hits on both, so it trims it back to a 1-possession game. With 1:10 to go now here in the fourth. Cameron Blevins walks it across the timeline as Brad Napper asks how many timeouts he has left. and he wants to use one here with 1:01 to go, a 30-second timeout. I think he's got has 4, now 3 left.
Yeah, he's got all 4s left. That's his last 30-second timeout.
So now 1:01 to go here. Both sides are in the penalty now on the next fouls. So Chapmanville can afford to try and work some clock. It does make it a little bit more tenuous with just a 3-point lead. But if you're Chapmanville here, do you try and get Winfield to come out and chase, see if you can create an opportunity? Do you go with a set here? What's the thinking from Brad Napper?
Well, I think Winfield's got to come out on him. You know, Winfield hasn't really came out on him the entire game. So what this does in terms with a 3-point lead with 1:01, it's going to force Winfield to come out and play that man-to-man defense and stretch that defense, and that could create a backdoor opportunity for Chapmanville. Now, if it's not there, there's no reason to throw it. Run more clock. Throw your offense, run the motion offense, maybe run a little bit of a weave, cut off the weaves, get some screens, and cut to the baskets. But, you know, if you do come out, there is the risk there of Winfield overplaying and Chapmanville sneaking in for an easy layup.
Inbound at the Cameron Blevins near midcourt. He'll wait. There's Fisher guarding him, but Chapmanville in no hurry here, down to 55 seconds, leading it by 3. Cameron Blevins, now they start a 5-second count. He'll get away from Fisher. Gives it off for Gollahue, and he'll be fouled as Kinder tried to go for the steal on it, and they're going to get him on a reach-in as he's incredulous. Thought he did not commit that foul.
He did draw contact on Gollahue. He got a little bit on the body, so that's going to send Joey to the line for 2 free throws. He's not been to the free throw line all evening, so the first 2 attempts coming up, and these are 2 important attempts.
And Conley sinks the first. He's got 17 points now for the game to lead Chapmanville. A chance to push this back to a 5-point lead with 46.4 seconds left.
This is a big free throw. You make it, it's a 5-point game. If you miss it, Winfield attacks quick, gets a layup. It's a 2-point game. You do kind of, and he does miss it. It's a versus 4 versus 5. You kind of, change it. Do we go 3? Do we go quick 2?
Kinder now picks up its dribble at the top of the key. They kick it out. Dillard trying to find some space over to Kinder into the corner. Pinkerton, he'll launch the 3. It hits the side of the backboard stanchion that time. That one just well off the mark. And that will give it back to Chapmanville. Just an errant shot by Kinder.
Yeah, poor possession there. Too much standing around by Winfield watching to see if Dillard was going to get the ball. Nobody was trying to get open.
And I should say it was Pinkerton, on that 3, as Zion Blevins will be fouled on the inbound with 30.1 seconds to go, and now Chapmanville can really put Winfield's backs firmly against the wall if he's able to hit these free throws.
Blevins 4-4 tonight from the free throw line. He's the second player for Chapmanville in double figures tonight. He's looking at my book. I've got, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15.
Make it 16 as he hits on the first.
And we've got Gollahue with 17, so he can tie Gollahue for game high honors. Or does Gollahue have 18 now?
17.
17, okay. So my math was right on the free throw.
Zion's got 7 points here in the fourth quarter, but leaves the second one short.
Still a 2-possession game.
Rebounded by Winfield. 25 seconds left. 52-47 Chapmanville. Kinder back out to Dillard. Takes it over left side. He got free for 3, but he leaves this one short. An air ball falling out of bounds with it is Pinkerton, and that'll give it back to Chapmanville with 17.5 seconds to go.
2 wasted opportunities there if you're Winfield. Just think if they could have went to the basket and got a quick 2, possibly a 1-possession game here. But the Generals come up empty on back-to-back offensive possessions. 2 3-pointers that were, one offside of the backboard and another one an air ball.
They foul Zion Blevins on the inbound, and he'll go back to the free throw line with 15.1 seconds left. And again, you go back, you look at the opportunities Winfield's had around the rim. It's going to be a really tough piece of tape to watch when they go back and see it. All the missed layups here in this second half have just proven to be very costly.
Well, the entire game. Think of the first quarter when they got layup after layup opportunity and just didn't go up strong enough to finish. As Blevins sinks the first one, it's still a 2-possession game. This is a big one. Winfield's got that 1 timeout left. They come down and hit a quick 3. And now it's a 7-point game, so it kind of makes things a little more difficult now.
Yeah, that might have been coffin nails right there for the Winfield Generals. It's down to 10 seconds left. Kinder loses the ball, taken away by Berry, and that'll do it here this evening as they put to Cameron Blevins, and he'll put the exclamation point on it as he lays it in. to close out this evening. And ironically enough, the largest lead of the game for either side comes as the final horn sounds, and the Tigers stave off a big fight from the Winfield Generals here tonight. The defending champs win it 56-47 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Bill and I will step aside for a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll recap all tonight's action here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you are listening to Tiger Basketball.
At Hanley Funeral Home, we offer unique opportunities for families to create healing moments after loss. With over 55 years of experience serving the Boone, Logan, and Lincoln communities, our staff will help you discover ways to pay tribute, whether that be at a burial service at one of our cemeteries or a personalized lasting memorial. Visit us at www.handleyfh.com or call 304-369-0718. The Handley family of business thanks you for your support.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Because August is National Children's Eye Health Month,
we at White Eye Care want to remind you to schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam.
Did you know that vision and learning are so closely linked that 60% of problem learners have an undiagnosed vision problem?
Help your child get the most out of their studies this school year.
White Eye Care understands how good vision and good performance go together. Brighten your child's eyesight and future at White Eye Care in Logan today. After all, they deserve the best.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident.
Judge in the newly combined Logan-Mingo Circuit area, as that is paid for by the committee to elect Joshua Butcher, Merle Dempsey, treasurer. We'd also like to thank Greg Vance for helping us bring you the action here tonight on video productions. Greg Vance running for magistrate this year, 2024. Again, that's Greg Vance for magistrate, paid for by the candidate, Roy Lambert, treasurer. Again, 56-47, Chapmanville wins it here this evening, and the score will definitely be a little misleading whenever you look at it for how much trouble Chapmanville was actually in here tonight. Again, trailed it by 8 in the third quarter, trailed by 6 in the fourth quarter after they cut it to 1. Seemed like Winfield was going to come in here and spring the upset, but then Chapmanville gets hot from the floor. Winfield goes cold from the inside, again missing so many layups here tonight, and a couple missed free throws down the stretch. It could have been helpful, but this will be one of those games for Winfield. You know that they're going to hate going back and looking at it. They know that they've got the talent to be able to hang with the top teams in this state, but for them, just unable to get over the hump, and Chapmanville showing that state championship medal here tonight.
Yeah, let's go back to that final 3:37 of the third quarter. I mentioned Chapmanville down 8 had to, come out and, try to cut that lead in half. Well, they done that. They cut it down to 4. Then they had possession of the basketball, and Joey Gollyhue knocks down the 3 to beat the third quarter buzzer. That brought Chapmanville to within 1, and that was a huge momentum break for them, because that just, once Winfield came out and scored the first 5 points of the quarter, Chapmanville went on a 12-0 run. Winfield never recovered. They never got within 3 points the rest of the way. And Chapmanville, again, as you mentioned, they win this one going away, and they do it in the last minute, going away at the free throw line and getting turnovers and buckets in transition.
Let's look at the final scoring here tonight for Winfield. Drew Dillard led the way with 24 points, led all scorers tonight in this contest with 6 3-pointers to go with it. Jace Miller, 8 points. Toby Lockery with 6 points. Reed Fisher with 4, Easton Pinkerton with 3, and Tyler Perros with 2 points to round out the scoring. For Chapmanville, good balance. Joey Gollyhue leads the way with 17 points. Zion Blevins with 16 points. Cameron Blevins with 10. Benji Atkins with 4. Drew Berry with 4. And Jet Basin with 3 points to round out the scoring, as Chapmanville was 11 of 16 from the line. Winfield 7 of 11. Chapmanville with 7 3-pointers, and Winfield with 6 3-pointers. to close out the contest here tonight. And again, stay with us tomorrow on Video Productions as we'll have the Little Tony Webster Memorial Page Tournament going on. Or again, that's the Little Tony Webster Memorial Basketball Classic, as we'll begin at noon tomorrow with 4 games. Again, you're going to have Graham High School against Oak Hill High School, Bluefield High School against Mercer Christian High School, that being the girls' game. Tazewell High School versus Mercer Christian on the boys' side, and then the evening contest will be Bluefield High School against Woodrow Wilson High School. So I'll be there for the calls of those games. Following the Graham High School versus Oak Hill game, make sure you tune into all those contests here on Video Productions. And again, we'll have a full slate of games next week here on WVOW. Again, we'll be with you Tuesday through Friday next week with high school basketball.
Yeah, Logan, Lincoln County starting Tuesday. A very important game for the Wildcats. If they can finish that one off up at Scott and get to 4-0 in the section, pretty much put a stranglehold on this top seed in the sectional tournament. And I would have to say they can all but clinch it with a win tonight and a win Tuesday. But, you know, that's some good basketball action coming up next week on the airwaves here. I can't wait to, you know, bring it to you starting with Tuesday night's game. We'll see how Logan does. Logan looks like a team that's ready to get on a run and peaking. Maybe they're peaking at the right time. We'll find out in this Chapmanville team. Well, of course, they're always playing their best ball at the end of the year. That goes to the coaching. It goes to the experience that these kids have, all the tournament experience. They want to play their best, and they know when they need to turn it on. And when you hit the end of January, going into February, Chapmanville's always playing their best basketball, and they're looking to carry that in to the sectional tournament and the regional tournament, trying to get back to Charleston for a repeat.
Yep, and tonight a big step in that direction as they defeat Winfield 56-47. So again, we want to thank all of our sponsors on WVOW and Video Productions. For Seth Eastep, our engineer on the airwaves here on WVOW. For Robbie Mounts, our producer here on Video Productions. Bill West next to me. I'm Chris Kidd, saying so long tonight here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium, as you have been listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball right here on WVOW and Video Productions.